Anthony's getting so mad. Turn the phones. Oh, it's probably my phone,
It
actually.
probably is yours.
Guarantee it's my phone.
I'm sure it
for
is.
Sure. Anthony Anderson.
Kaley Cuoco. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah.
Cuoco.
You've always been good with that.
What's the etymology of your name?
The entomology? Well, it's very Italian.
Is it?
It
Cuoco?
means cook.
Can you Cuoco?
Yes, I can.
Really?
I Cuoco a chicken real good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I Cuoco my chicken every night. Ba-dum-bum.
Yes, baby.
I don't know
Yes.
if this was your first job that we worked on together, but what was your first job and how did you get it?
I cannot believe how long I've been doing this.
Okay.
I mean, like 25 years.
Oh,
which
wow.
Is, I know. So I was little.
Okay.
I was the Barbie girl. I did like 20 Barbie commercials when I was, between like maybe 5 and 8, kind of those years. I was a million commercials. That was like my thing.
Okay.
My mom carted me around audition after audition, but I started becoming that girl. So I would I'd get so excited because I got to take, all the Barbies home.
Oh, wow.
I got toys. What was your first job?
My first job, I think it was a Roger Corman film with George Wendt.
Oh my God.
Called Alien Avengers.
Oh my God.
And the highlight of the gig was sitting with George Wendt outside of his trailer with an ice chest full of cold beer. And I was like, wow,
How
you
old
really
are you?
are that character.
Oh yeah.
You really are that character.
Was he trying to give you beer?
No, yeah, I was an adult. Yeah.
Oh, you were an adult.
Yeah, I was an
I thought
adult.
you'd been doing this since you were a kid.
No, I've been trying to get a job since I was a kid.
So it finally worked when you became an adult?
It finally.
I think it worked out for you.
Let's see. Yeah, it finally worked out 25 years.
And then you and
later.
I worked together.
Then you and I worked together on a beautiful, wonderfully pilot called Homewood PI.
Oh my gosh.
Where
Yes.
I played a gay private investigator.
You really sold that role.
I did. And you know
I
what?
was really proud of you.
I was gay before my time. I was gay before it was time to be gay.
No, you're actually right. Actually, the whole pilot was
on
probably.
television.
No,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. It was probably a little ahead of its time in a weird way. Yeah.
It was. And now every year I lose the Emmy to Jeffrey Tambor.
I mean,
Well, who isn't
see?
gay, he's transgender.
Right.
Yeah, but I was gay before my time. Now, what got you started in this industry? Why acting?
Like I said, I was so young. I get asked that question a lot. Did I decide, I wasn't the girl that, I was lucky to grow up out here. So I wasn't the girl that moved out here and hoped to, become something. But my parents, I had so many, I played sports, I played tennis, we had horses, and I acted and went on auditions. And it was just one of the many things that I did. And I struck one day and things started working, but it was never like this lifelong dream. And then I realized, obviously, it's what I love to do. But I have to give it to my parents. They said, just keep doing it, see if you like it, see if you like it. It was
Right.
I never felt forced or like pressured. If I wanted to go into sports, that I could go into sports or, take a break from this. But I think it's been done the right way, but I think it starts with family,
Yeah.
What about you?
This is all I ever wanted to do.
Really?
Yeah, at an early age, I believe that this is what my energy was created for, was put on this earth for, to entertain. And it's my responsibility to share this gift that I've been blessed with the world. And at an early age, I realized that. And when it hit home, I was 9 years old. I only wanted to be 3 things. I wanted to play football for the Dallas Cowboys. I wanted to be a lawyer, and I wanted to be an actor. And at the age of 9, I realized that if I became an actor, I could become all of those things and whatever else I wanted to become in life.
True.
And I'll never forget, I was sitting in the back of the theater with my 2 younger brothers, and our mother was on stage rehearsing A Raisin in the Sun. She was doing community
She was an
theater.
actress too?
She's a horrible actress, but we can get into that later on in the interview. If that's what you want to call what she did.
Okay.
Acting, yes.
Yes.
There's a reason no one has ever heard of my mother until our game show, to tell the truth. But she was at Compton Community College doing doing A Raisin in the Sun, and I happened to look up from the back of the theater and see her and the rest of the cast on stage, and I said, that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my life.
Anthony, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Blue?
Blue. Blue!
Yeah.
It's a boy!
Yes! Okay.
Yes!
Since you were a little bit later, did you have any other weird jobs before you actually became an actor?
Oh, of course.
I want to know, because I never have.
I used to build school furniture. That was my first real summer
School
job.
furniture?
At 16.
Did you build these?
No, this isn't school furniture.
Oh, I never went to school either, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably
Confused by that.
Schooled on set.
Tutors.
Oh yeah, all of that
You know,
homeschooling
you
on
know.
set. No, I don't. I went to public school in Compton. So, if you ever seen the name Virco, VIRCO, that was the company that I worked for, and it was in the city of Gardena, and it made all of the school furniture, the tables, the hard blue,
Yeah.
green, olive, yellow chairs.
Oh my God.
I made those.
Really?
Yeah, Virco Manufacturing Company in Gardena, California. And every time I go into a classroom, and they're still in business, every time I go into a classroom, I was like, ha, I made that at 16.
That is crazy. That's
But-
a first. I've never heard that before.
But yeah, so that, and while I was in college, I was the mascot of this gourmet dessert delivery company.
Stop.
Yeah, my name was Captain Cravings.
Stop.
And my
Did you have a costume?
I was just about to go into.
Sorry,
tell you
I
what
just,
the
I
costume-
gotta hear
no,
this
no,
story.
it's great. No, it's great.
Captain Cravings.
Captain Cravings. I had on a sparkly player. They glittered out my Chuck All-Stars. I had on black dance tights. I had on a silver Lone Ranger mask. I had silver gloves to match the mask and the Chuck All-Stars. And I had on Cravings Catering sweatshirt.
Oh my God.
But I also had a pink cape. And on the back of the
course.
cape, it said, if you ever need to be saved, dial 797-CRAVE, which was the company's number. And I would be on Capitol Hill in this ridiculous outfit, passing out leaflets until I got the call to go deliver gourmet dessert to someone. And I would sing happy birthday, happy anniversary, and all that
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
Most embarrassing job that I've ever had.
Yeah, no, it sounds really embarrassing, but it's
Yeah.
still pretty adorable.
Yeah, what about you? Or no?
You're gonna hate me, but I've never had another job. Isn't that just insane? So I played a waitress on Big Bang for years. You should have seen everything. I've been so lucky that I haven't had to have
So
another
you didn't even
job.
wait tables as a struggling actress.
I
So
did
you
not
didn't
wait
even know how
tables.
to wait tables.
I
as
did
your
not wait
character
tables.
on
I
The
know.
Big Bang
Isn't that
Theory.
sad?
Very sad.
It was very lucky to be able to continue to work.
Very sad.
And my parents helped out a lot.
Oh.
So I have to give them that.
My last job,
Yes.
20 plus years ago,
Yes.
I worked in the call center for Ticketmaster. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I would pick up the phone. Thank you for calling Ticketmaster,
Oh
where
my God.
MasterCard is the smart way to pay. This call may be monitored for quality assurance. This is Anthony speaking. How may I help you? Oh, you want tickets to the Prince concert at
Oh
the
my
Hollywood Bowl?
God.
I'm sorry, those tickets are sold out.
You
Yeah.
still sound like you're really good at that.
It's my last job.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
What was your last job?
Season 10 of The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, must you throw that in my face?
Hey, since when do you do laundry on a Thursday?
I had an accident at work. I slipped and fell on my soup sack.
You know, there is a time I would say, what's a soup sack, but I'm glad we're past that.
What do you think makes your show, The Big Bang Theory, stick out? 10 years running now.
10 years running.
You know,
Thank you.
to be on air for 10 years is quite an accomplishment. Why do you think, or what do you think is a contributing factor for the success of your show, and why does your show resonate with an audience? Because it resonates with me. I love the show.
Thank you. I love yours too, and
Thank
thank
you.
you. I appreciate that. No, I know, and you know, we know better than anyone. It's hard to do a pilot, let alone get picked up for a season, let alone keep it going. Our characters, I think, have always been lovable. They were the underdogs from day one, and people fell quickly in love with them and wanted them to win, wanted them to do well. That mixed with unbelievable writing and Chuck Lorre. I mean, we have this golden golden god writing behind the scenes and keeping things funny. I don't know how after this many seasons they are continuing with the writing. That is the biggest thing. And we really like each other. I mean, I'm sure you guys are the same way. Like, it is such a family, and you see the relationship on screen, and it comes off to people. And like I said, they fell in love early on with these 4 guys, and wanted them to get the girl, wanted them to get the job, and it
Right.
made science kind of sexy, and it kind of changed things around a little bit. And we have a lot of fun. We know that it's a big deal. We know we're probably not going to have this again. Like, every single day, we're shocked when we look at ratings. We're shocked that the people still want to see us. We love being there, and I don't ever want it to end, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
What about your show? You guys have a big old family too, I'm
We do.
sure.
We
it
do.
happens quick, doesn't it?
It does. We just wrapped our 3rd season.
Yep.
And it just seemed like yesterday when Kenya and I were sitting in Laurel Hardware on Santa Monica talking about our families and what we wanted to do in television and how we wanted to change the landscape. And here we are right now with our show. We are truly a family.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, from the production office to the crew,
Yes.
to the cast, and everyone. Like we just had our wrap party 2 weeks ago, and everyone would you just overhear everybody. I've never been a part of a show like this before, and it felt special while we were making the pilot.
Totally.
And then the pilot was picked up in our first day on the set for our first season. It seemed as if we had been working together 5 years already.
Totally.
And so it was just like, this is the right chemistry, this is the right cast, this is the right time, this is the right network, this is the right everything for all of this. And I think our show resonates with our audience because of the authenticity in which we tell these stories.
Yeah.
My partner Kenya is an excellent writer and captain of our ship, and the stories that we tell are literally from our lives.
Yes.
And the biggest compliment that I receive every day from people who watch our show is when I watch your show, when I see your family, I see my family up there, and that's when I knew we had something special.
I know you're saying too about the crew and stuff. I think that's the one cool thing when you're on a series, when you're on something for so long, that the crew becomes family too. Like you said, the wrap party and their family. You know everything about their families.
Exactly.
They know your families. It is quite different than going from movie to movie. You make those quick relationships and you move on, which is great too. But something about being on a series, it's just so different. It's so different.
Yeah, you guys are multicam, correct?
Yeah, audience.
So we're single camera. So you guys have bankers hours, especially been around 10 years. What's a normal work week like for you guys?
Oh my gosh.
And be honest.
Oh, I will. It's really gonna make you so
Be
jealous.
honest.
Well, I heard you say you had a 5:45 call. Like, I thought you meant PM.
5:48 a.m. Every Monday.
Oh God.
I will give you mine and then you give me yours.
Okay.
I'm number 1 on the call sheet, and the story revolves around me and my family and my workplace. So I'm first in,
You're never seen, probably.
last out.
Yeah, right.
98% of the time.
Yeah.
14 hours a day, Monday through Friday. We're on 5 weeks, off 1. We have 120 total shooting days for 24 episodes for the year. My first year, I was scheduled off 2 days of 120.
Yeah.
That's my schedule.
That's crazy.
Tell me yours.
Well, you just said you work almost 14 hours a day. So I work 14 hours in a week. Look, come on. See, everyone knows sitcom land is where it's at.
Yeah.
The schedule's always amazing.
Multicam
That's what I mean,
sitcom
multicam.
land
That's what I mean.
Is where it's at.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yes, with the audience and stuff. What we do is I love the audience tapings. I love shooting in front of the audience. It's my favorite night of the week. It's our longest night. Work a couple hours longer than normal. But it is, it's a finely oiled machine at this point too.
Yeah.
We're like bam, 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 bam. And the audience makes it, brings it to life. It's just a different thing.
Nothing like it, yeah.
There's nothing like it. I'm so spoiled now though. Like I can't do anything else.
Right.
How could you do anything else?
Right.
Like you said 5:45, I really genuinely thought you meant PM.
No, AM. AM. AM.
I was asked to be a visiting researcher at Princeton.
Hey, that's amazing.
Thanks, but the thing is I'll be gone for a few months and I don't know how Sheldon's gonna feel about that.
Oh, come on, he's a grown man. He can take care of himself.
You really believe that?
Once again, you got me.
You know, my character is really me.
Yeah.
It's a marriage between Kenya Barris and myself. So I think I'm kind of exciting and a loose cannon. So it's easy for me to keep my character to keep you on your toes as an audience member and as someone that I work with. That's how my guy stays fresh. Every day it's a different Andre Johnson.
Yep.
Depending on the mood that I'm in when I come in, and I'm always in a happy mood.
Yes.
So every day, that's how I keep him fresh. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, no, I know, us too, it's the same thing. And it's the same thing with me, and my character has kind of become me at this point. So I think after a couple of years, at the beginning it might have been like the cute girl next door, but it's completely become the sarcastic, fun, and now, you know, I'm married to one of these guys now in the show. You never would have thought that would have happened at the beginning, but it's, yeah, it's become part of me. If she drinks a lot, I drink a lot. It's similar.
Yeah.
I live next door to people. She lives next door to people.
Right.
So very, very similar. But I think you're trying to keep a character interesting, but it really comes down to the writing. You know that. Like, that you can only do so much, and if you don't have those magical words to say, it is going to get flat. So it depends on, it's the writing.
Yeah, it is. It is. I agree with you.
Your show seems to be able to bring deeper issues to sitcom and comedy, which I think is a little bit is different than it used to be. How do you feel about that? Like, how are you able to make it funny still without it getting, that's what's so hard, right? Without getting too serious. I mean, we're still trying to make people laugh.
It's a fine line.
Yes.
But it goes back to authenticity and being true to these characters and the situations. Kenya and I are huge fans of Norman Lear. And when we sat down 4+ years ago and talked about what we wanted to do and what was missing from the landscape of television, from how we grew up and what we grew up watching, we wanted to create a show in that vein, in the vein of All in the Family, in the vein of The Cosby Show, in the vein of The Jeffersons, and so on and so forth. Shows that dealt with real people and real situations, and they were able to find the humor in that and the humanity in all of that in these people, and that's what we wanted to do, and I believe we set out to do that. When we sat down, we always talked about when Blackish would air, we wanted it to be water cooler conversation the next day at work.
Totally. And
we've succeeded far beyond our wildest dreams and imaginations with regards to that. But it's not difficult to deal with the subject matter that we deal with on our show, because these are things that we all deal with as people.
Yeah.
And it's not difficult to find the humor in that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A lot of, you know, some of those serious, in our own lives, serious situations, they are funny.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff, it is funny, and you have to find the humor in it in real life, too.
You have to laugh to keep from crying.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
And that's what we do. And, you know, it's not like we're Law and Order and we snatch headlines from the newspaper. We're not trying to be topical or timely, but we are dealing with issues that affect us all globally and as a community. But it's just being told through the eyes and through the lens of this African American family that's living in the suburbs. And, you know, it's easier to get your message across with a teaspoon of sugar than it is with a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You don't think I care about this country? I love this country, even though at times it doesn't love me back. For my whole life, my parents, my grandparents, me, for most black people, this system has never worked for us. I mentioned how, you know, people would come up to me and say, when I see your family, I see my family up there. Both of our shows have huge fan bases.
Yes.
How is it dealing with that, especially going on a decade now?
I know.
And that audience, and your audience continues to grow. And how do you separate your personal life from your professional life. You know, can you turn the switch off?
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
a weird
once you
thing.
leave the lot.
Yeah.
Can you turn that off?
I can. I think I absolutely can. I've always been able to do that, to separate. I know some people are a little bit different. For me, like I need to switch. But like you said, now at this point, whether you want to watch our show or not, you've seen it. You hear it's there. You're on a
Right.
plane or you jump off the plane. It's there. Like there's not much you can do. So you just kind of, they know who you are. But the people that have been coming up to me recently have still said after so many years, they still love it and they sit with their family. And like the people that have felt like nerds or felt like the outcasts when they were younger, or maybe didn't get that girl, you know, when they were in high school. And all these things they're saying to me now, that how they feel like they're regular people and that they're cool again, and that we made it fun, and that everyone is included. And it's this amazing show about outcasts at the beginning, you know, who are actually have become the cool guys now.
Right.
For me personally, Kaley being Penny, what I get a lot is people scaring the crap out of me, going, Penny, 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 everywhere. Planes, restaurants.
Right.
I'm like, who's knocking?
Right.
And they think it's hilarious. And it's real cute once I realize I'm not being, you know, attacked.
Right.
But they think it's cute. And it is cute, it's a thing. Or they come up and go, bazinga!
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not my slang, you know, you don't have to say it to me. But it's very cute. We have a lot of little sayings, and they love it. At the end of the day, it just shows that they're watching and they're listening. And again, and you'll get there too. You'll be at 10 years guaranteed. And at 10 years, when you feel like people are still watching your show, it literally brings, it's unbelievable. It brings a tear to my eye. Because it's a long time to stick by someone.
It is.
It's the longest relationship I've ever been in.
Right.
Are you able to separate? Same question to you. Are you able to leave work and actually go be a normal human being, or does this kind of overtake you? Because you've got so many hands in your show.
Yeah.
And so you're doing a lot more than I am normally doing.
Right.
Can you kind of put it down, or are you just living it? Because it is kind of you, like you said. This is you. This is
Yeah. No, I live it for the most part. When I am able to put it down, I put it down when I'm on the golf course.
Oh, that's your thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I'm on the golf course and when I'm with family, you know, it's normal. But then when I'm with family, you know, that's also a creative process as well.
Absolutely.
Because then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to remember this and bring this to the office.
I gotta write that down.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So you don't mind me telling everybody that your mama caught you masturbating,
Yeah.
right? Okay, cool. All right, I gotta talk about this. Yeah, you know, what's crazy with our show and just having that fan base is it's one of the few shows that's on broadcast television right now, probably television, period, that an entire family can sit down and watch and enjoy. You know, generations
Yes.
of one family sitting together and watching your show and getting it, and then explaining to one another. You know, it's like, oh, well, this is how it was in my day. Well, this is how it is now, Grandpa. Well, it's.
No, that's special, because I
it's-
don't
it's
feel like we
pretty
have a lot of
amazing.
that anymore. So
Yeah.
I think that's really a really special thing. It just doesn't, there are very few shows that the entire family can sit down and watch together.
Right.
That's really special.
Yeah, and we're having a great time doing it and being a part of.
Because every age, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter who or what.
You know, and it's interesting because of the success of our show, we've kind of we're at the forefront of, you know, having other minorities tell their stories with Christella, with Fresh Off the Boat, with Uncle Buck, and you know, and other shows that have come along since then, because of the success of Blackish. These shows have become successful.
Yep.
We've opened up the door for them, and they kicked the door off its hinges, and you know, and just shot to the top on their own, and now it's, you know, and everything is cyclical. I just hope that during this cycle lasts a little bit longer than the last cycle. You know,
Yep.
that's my hope for it. So Kaley,
Yes.
if you weren't an actor, what do you think you would be doing?
I would be a professional equestrian.
Really?
And I'd travel the world, and I would compete, and I would train way more than I'm able to now. And I'm able to do it now, which is amazing, but I would probably be doing it full out.
Okay.
That's what would be my dream.
Okay.
What about you?
Two things. I'd probably would be a lawyer. That was really my passion growing
Wow.
up as a kid. And I think there's some of the bigger actors out there. And what bigger stage than to be on than in front of a judge, a jury, people in court, and putting on this show to either save this person's life or put this person behind bars. You have to be on top of your
Yes.
game and tell a great story.
Yes.
So it'd either be that, or I would be a chef someplace. That's.
Are you a good cook?
I am. That's one of my other passions. One year, I'm just going to take the year off, and I'm just going to go to culinary school, and just cook for a year straight.
That is so
Yeah,
awesome. I love to cook too.
Yeah, so-
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Let's cook together.
Let's
Should we
do
make
it.
a meal?
We'll do it. Let's make it up.
Okay, we're gonna do
Do
it.
you eat everything?
I eat a lot.
You eat a lot? Okay.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, good.
I eat a lot.
Yeah, I'll be your sous chef. You be mine. Doesn't matter. We can figure it
I'll
out.
chop that stuff up for you.
Come on, let's do it, baby.
I love it.
All right.